not the answer they were looking for. Oh my goodness. So I came across this clip on Twitter where you have Aaron Rodriguez talking to Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson. And he's asking him, hey, Reggie, how does it feel to be back in the stadium, right? How does it feel to be back, where you once played with a great team, okay, as being a great baseball athlete? How does it feel?
How emotional is it for you to come back to a play that you played with one of the greatest teams around?
And Reggie, what happens next is that Reggie gives him the truth, and he gives the viewers the truth. And the truth is that it wasn't great, because the answer that they were expecting, the answer was, I want people to understand this, whenever they ask you these dumb questions, how does it feel? What does it feel like to win? Blah, 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 blah. They want you to glorify it. Oh, it was great, to be back in the stadium. It brings back memories of me hitting home runs, great stuff. That's what they want, okay? They want you to reminisce about really, really trash times that they put you in. That's what they want. That is what the producers, that is what everyone wanted and was expecting him to say. And that's not what happened. And I'm glad that's not what happened, because what he tells is a tale of horror, because that's what it was. He talks about, he wouldn't wish this on anyone. Think about that. He wouldn't wish what he went through on anyone. He was talking about, where they couldn't go to eat at diners. So they say, I don't want that N-word in my place.
Alex, when people ask me a question like that, it's like, coming back here is not easy. The racism that I played here, but I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I would never want to do it again. I walked into restaurants and they would point at me and said, can't eat here. I would go to a hotel and they say, then can't stay here.
Couldn't find places to sleep because they're like, I don't want that N-word in this hotel. It got so bad where he was talking about where he had to sleep with a friend, and they threatened, I believe, I can't recall, but they threatened to cause harm to the apartment complex by having him in it.
I slept on their couch 3-4 nights a week for about a month and a half. Finally, they were threatened that they would burn our apartment complex down unless I got out.
I want you to understand this. Now, here's also what you have to understand. These demons, these saltine, demonic, possessed people, what they love to do is never take accountability for their actions. Never. They will never do it. What they want you to do is downplay it. That's what they want you to do. They want you to downplay it. They want you to put on your smile and start dancing and be like, oh, it wasn't so bad. We had it really good during Jim Crow. That's what they want you to start doing. And he wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that. He didn't say the N-word. He said the actual hard R and let people know what he had to experience. And I want people to understand that this was what he was playing 1980s or so. That was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. That wasn't that long ago, because what they love to do is try to say, oh, it was a long time ago, Lucas. Oh, what you talking about? That was a long time ago. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't at all. Now, you tell me where I'm wrong. You tell me, okay, this lineage of evil, you want to tell me that it changed within 30 years? According to who? According to what? By what metric? Nothing in many regards has changed. The only thing, if anything at all, that has changed is the superficial cosmetic appearance of things. That's it. Everything else is the same. That hatred that they have for us, that inferiority complex that they have, that's in their heart. It takes some time to change the heart. And really, you can't change the heart. The only person who can change the heart is God. That's the only person. And as we can see with Pharaoh, even sometimes that doesn't work. So you have to understand, they have to change themselves. People keep talking about racism, right? The dumbest person on this planet, probably Morgan Freeman, probably at least top 10, when he was asked, how do we stop racism? He talks about, don't talk about it. Dumbest response ever. When it comes to racism, it comes to not us. We can try and fight for change, but we are not, unfortunately, in positions of power to cause that change. We're not there. Racism to end, that's on white people. That's who that's on. Whether you're Jewish, agnostic, Semitic, I don't care. That's who that's on to end racism. They keep on talking about what racism. We didn't start it, okay? And we can't finish it. That's not how that's going to work. I can't change your evil wickedness. I can't change your heart. I can't change how you feel about someone due to the color of their skin and due to the propaganda you've been fed. And in this country, what has happened is they have profited off of racism. Think about that. They have now codified it to the extent where they found a way to make money off of what they do best. Because they get paid both ways. They get paid off of the Fox News, who tries to say it doesn't happen, it doesn't exist, or downplay it. And they get paid off of the CNN, who tries to hyperbolize it in some cases and saying, hey, it's everywhere. Your dog maybe even be racist. Where it gets to the point where it's a mockery. That's what these two demons are doing. They're making a mockery of us and they're getting paid. And I think what's really crucial in what he said was the fact that, hey, he gave thanks to his manager, to his white friends that he had. The fact that he had a manager that would stand up for him, where he said, hey, if you won't allow him to eat here, none of us are going to eat here. That, hey, if you won't allow him to sleep here, none of us are going to sleep here.
Fortunately, I had a manager, Johnny McNamara, that if I couldn't eat in the place, nobody would eat. We'd get food to travel. If I couldn't stay in a hotel, they'd drive to the next hotel and find a place where I could stay. Had it not been for Raleigh Fingers, Johnny McNamara, Dave Duncan, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. At the same time, had it not been for my white friends, had it not been for a white manager, and Rudy, Fingers, and Duncan, and Lee Myers, I would have never made it.
That's what he gives thanks to. And the problem is, where are those people now? Where are those white people now? Where, as I say, the John Browns of society? They are nowhere to be found. Republican Party constantly wants to talk about, oh, the party, they did party under the KKK, and yet you have no John Browns in that party. None. You have no John Browns in the Democrat Party. You have none. So where are these white people that would do that for us presently, what they did for him back then? They don't exist. They don't exist, or they're too cowardly. And what they have allowed to happen is the vocal simpletons of society to take control of the wheel of this country. And they are driving us off a cliff. That's what they are doing. They're driving us off a cliff as they cry victimhood. So I think that is pivotal. I think that is crucial, because you can't clap with one hand. There has to be some type of some support. There has to be people aside from Black Americans who want justice in this country, who want to see, as far as reparations given to people who are the descendants of slaves, where they stole their land, they stole their culture and bastardized it so they could turn a profit. They told Black women that they were ugly and tried to sell them their materials, their wigs, their clothes. They have completely attempted to commercialize an entire race of people. That's what they have done. And that is sick. And there has to be some white people out there that are like, yo, that's sick. That's evil. There has to be some Asians out there. That's sick. Has to be somebody, bro. Because if there's not, if we fall, the country falls. That's why I don't think people understand. If we fall, the country falls. But you also have to take into account that we're all Americans, right? So if you can help an American group of people who have been with you since the jump, been with you in every single war, have yet to do any type of January 6th or any type of mass violence towards the government and its people for the heinous actions that they've done to us, has yet to happen. And if you can benefit them, you're going to benefit the country. But unfortunately, it seems that the hatred and anti-Black racism is so deeply woven into the fabric of this country that they are willing to blow it up. They're willing to blow it up as opposed to just simply saying, hey, how can we help? What do you need, bruh? What do you need? We have taken so much from you. What can we do to rectify our wrongs? And then I don't know where those white people are. I don't know. I would like to know. If you find some, let me know. I don't know where they are in office. I don't know where they are on TV. I don't come across them. I do not come across them very often, if at all, in some cases. So what he says is he thanks his coach and whatnot because he probably wouldn't have been swinging from an oak tree. And I can only imagine the mental and physical just depression you'd be going through to have someone disrespect you and know that if you were to defend yourself, that you would be at fault. How is that different from presently what's going on? Instead of today, instead of saying, hey, you can't come here, what do? They outprice you. Think about this. Think about what I'm saying. All this change that they want to talk about, ain't no change in 30 years. Stop it. You're not having any change in 30 years. They've just found ways to mask their wickedness. That's all. If they don't want to hire you, because legally they can't say, well, we don't hire black people here. What do they say? We don't have any more applications. The position has been filled. They don't want you in the neighborhood. What do? They raise the prices. That's what they do. Up until the point you get some wealthy black people in there, and then they discriminate against you. Make your life a living hell. So they have ways of circumventing the system that they created. That's the funny part. They have ways to go about it. So they want to talk about police. Oh, the police here protect us. They protect you. That's what they do. They terrorize everyone else. I just find it interesting when people talk about this progress that's been made. If you look at the black individuals in the political arena, think about what progress they've been making. None. Every single black person in the political arena, whether it's a Candace Owens to a Clyburn, they all have made their progress, or their I guess you could say progress, for lack of better words. They have made their fame and fortune at the behest of either a white Jew or a white Gentile. Oh. That's what's happened. So what type of existence is that? What type of future is that? Do you really consider that progress? To have a bunch of racist saltines tell you what you can say, what you can do? Huh? Is that really progress? We saw Kyrie Irving. Is that really progress? Just because you got $1 million in the bank, but you don't have your actual freedom? You really can't say what you want to say? Is that freedom? No, that seems like a slavery with a twist. That's what that seems like. And I find it humorous when you have all these white ignorants, this trailer trash talking about, well, he's a millionaire. What you mean about racism? This person a millionaire. Foolishness. So where does that leave you? Where does that leave us? So I'm glad he said what he said, just to give people a refresher that, hey, this isn't the country that you think it is. That your experience with this country is heavily and highly different than black Americans' experience with this country. And don't ever forget it, because they love trying to erase black American history. They love it. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, look at all that's in the past, okay? Y'all all settle in the past. That happened a long time ago. Oh, that's changed now. Or if you believe, really nothing has changed, bro. Y'all putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. That's not going to help it. You're not doing anything. It's a temporary fix, a lot of the stuff that they've done. And the reason why they've done temporary fixes is because they want it to be harmful. They want to harm black Americans. That's always been their intent from the jump. Always. People's hearts don't change in the span of 30 years. As a generation, as a country, it doesn't happen. You got mofos still in Congress, 80, 90 years old, okay? So, I mean, we can even look at the presidency right now. That it doesn't change, unfortunately. It doesn't change. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Friday through Sunday, Disagreement Day. Call in, we'll talk it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think, and subscribe. And that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. How is that different from presently what's going on?